There are two forms of consciousness here. But there is a part that is desperately pulling within you to get away from this, and that's why you're sitting here looking at me. So there's something else that came down that was put in the middle of this baby, and then the baby started forming genetically with the chromosomes and all of this, and became an entity of life that was totally controlled by the people of the earth. But inside of that baby was this light particle that at a point is pulling you someplace else. Most of the time, you pull back and say, no, I don't want to go that way because of the church. I don't want to be seen that way. I don't want to go that way because of my parents. I don't want to offend anybody. They'll get mad at me if I go to this meeting or if I do this, but there's something pulling inside of you. And so you'll sit and you'll listen to all of this stuff in churches, and yet inside of you there's something that pulls you and say, this bull, it's not true, it's not reasonable. Why am I here? You know? And so then that part is you've got to wheel and deal daily with the system that you live in. That's one part. But why is it doing what it is doing within you? What are you looking for that so many others out there are refuting? There's something that you're paying attention to. That's the light. There is a structure to this light. There is a consciousness to this light. It belongs to another family. It has nothing to do with the family that you wound up inside here, because a couple of degrees and you could have been in an African, couple of degrees you're in France. I mean, you could be anybody. You had the potential to become anybody. Who knows? Who knows who you're going to? But then you wind up inside of a human being and you start to pick up characteristics of a human being, and like starts to look like, but that's for another time. But there's what I want to dwell with now is, what is this? The idea would be that there is something inside of you that has a different origin than the rest of you. The rest of you has an origin from your mother and your father and your families that went on and on. But there is something inside of you that has a different origin that came from someplace else. And it is right now desperately inside of each of you calling you back to it. Right now pulling you back to the center. And it depended on this age of Aquarius to do it. It couldn't do it until this age of Aquarius. And that's even contained in the Kabbalah of the Jewish mystics. Dependent on, it's pulling you back and saying, come on, I want to show you who you are. Come on, I want to show you why you're inside of that body. You say, what am I inside of this crazy family? I used to say as a little kid, I said, what the heck am I? These people are nuts. I mean, I used to have more battles. It was like the OK Corral at our house. The people with knives were flying. People, do you ever see the movies where people crash through banisters? They would do that at my house. The man was over fixing the banister. I said, oh, we got to fix the banister again. So what am I doing? I didn't use some people say, you choose your parents. I chose this. This was my idea? No, I don't think so. No, God. But wait a minute. Could it be that somebody else chose it for me? Could it be that I had a mission? Could it be that there is an intelligence controlling this energy? And I don't know how many of you have heard of what is called the Great White Lodge. Well, we'll talk about that. There is a command center. Oh, I know this is really wild, but there is a command center that moves these things around, just like NASA down in Florida moves things around up in the sky and makes things happen. There's a command center, and much of this is programmed. We'll get to that. But anyhow, if the rest of you has an origin totally of the earth, there is something inside of you that has a different origin. Every bit of you is of the earth, but one thing is inside of you came from outside. This magnetism, this light, this angle of light, this angel of light that you are.